Hey guys, I just got called in for a huge project in the US. I can't tell you what it is now, but you will know in 5 weeks, believe me. Before I start, I want to announce the winner of last week's giveaway. So SD Cubes, congrats on winning this chrome-plated Padauk pen. And I am also making another giveaway for this gold-plated Purple Heart ballpoint pen. And if you want to get a chance to win, just watch this video. Now let's begin. To start off, I cut some strips of a large piece of ash I still had left collecting dust in the shop from the 25 levels of cutting board series. I also cut some strips of Padauk and Sapelli on the table saw and also cut them to length on the miter saw. Then I planed them down using my stationary planer and cut multiple thin strips from those blocks. I then glued all those long strips together, alternating between ash and the two other exotic woods with a central symmetry. I planed the result down on the planer to remove all excess wood and planed it down on the drum sander for the last few passes. I then sanded the result and passed it through the table saw to get two separate parts. It was easier that way because I only had one part to do rough sanding on. And then I sanded and rounded the edges of each separate part. On the smaller part, I also cut some excess off the sides to get the same thickness between the outer ash strip and the rest of the strips for uniformity. I cut a half circle off the small piece too using the bandsaw. Now this is where the screws go to hold the ham's bone in the upright position later on. I sanded the inside using my oscillating sander, which works like a charm for these things. I then drilled through the sides, which in retrospect would have been less risky if I did it before cutting the half circle. Anyways, I wanted to put some inserts for metal screws, but unfortunately, those I bought weren't really designed well, so I had to cut through them to slice through the wood instead of pushing it outwards and likely cracking it. I used those inserts as self-tapping screws and placed them in the holes that I drilled earlier. Now the next step was to create the screws that hold the bone, because those are non-standard parts, so I actually took some tensioning screws and sanded them down to make pointy tips on the stationary belt sander and on the grinding wheel to get a better finish. The test fit was great, so I moved on to the next part. I drilled the top plate on the bottom and also made through holes on the bottom plate to be able to screw them together. I also made a central hole for the ham spike, or however you want to call that. You'll see it in a few moments anyways. So as I'm preparing the spike, I should probably mention that if you want to participate in the giveaway, just leave me a comment telling me for how long you've been subscribed to my channel and how you came across it. Now that the spike is complete, I also want to show you the support I made for it. Now I simply made it using a classic angle bracket that I cut using the angle grinder and bent manually using a vise and pliers. I also tapped that hole with an M6 thread to screw in the spike and rounded the edges of the ham support before spray painting it black. Finally, I added a hard wax oil on the two wooden parts and screwed them together, as well as added the screws that hold the bone and the spike and support to hold the ham itself. I also added rubber feet for stability. Now the end result is a gorgeous ham board with aligned strips of Padauk and Sapelli, and every single part of this build is customized, even the wood inserts. Unfortunately, this was a present for Christmas, and even though I was given authorization to add a ham to it for the video, I wanted to make sure the present wasn't already marked or greasy, so I took the next best thing that I had within a 2-meter radius, which is a baguette. I mean, I'm French, so I might as well live up to it. Anyways, my client also sent me pictures so I can also show you the ham board with a ham, which is nice. So thanks for watching this build video. I am extremely eager to show you the next 3 videos, including the biggest project I have ever worked on, personally or professionally. Now don't forget to subscribe to see those videos, and I will see you guys next time. Good luck with the giveaway.